Hi guys, this is Tim Queen, and today I'm going to share something that's really important, a really important life lesson that I learned multiple times in my life. Now, I was working at my office, and my office is located right next to the West Ham United Stadium. There was a big game, and by the time I was ready to leave the office, everyone was leaving. 40,000 people leaving the stadium, and it was basically everything was clogged. Like every tube station, every train, every bus, every cab, every road was blocked. And I was like thinking, how am I getting home? So normally I would take the tube to get home, but I decided it might be better to take the bus based on the amount of people like walking by. So what was happening was I didn't realize that on one of the roads there was a traffic jam. So I'm waiting for the bus, and I'm waiting and I'm waiting, and it starts to rain and it's getting really cold. And I'm looking outside, I'm like, where's the bus coming? And then I noticed that like more and more buses are getting stuck on the bus station. By the time I actually see the bus rolling in, I was already waiting 15 minutes. But by that time, I thought, how long will I actually be stuck in traffic if I take the bus? Would I be stuck there for half an hour? Maybe 45 minutes, maybe an hour, who knows? Because what I could see that there was so much traffic that I would probably not be able to reach home if I wasn't taking the tube. Now the tube, there is no traffic congestion, but it was quite painful to make this decision. And I tell you why this is painful. Because we have already invested something in this to happen. I already invested 15 minutes of staying there. So by giving up on that and walking over to the tube station and taking the train, I actually have to admit that I wasted 15 minutes of my time waiting for nothing. And it's often a very big mistake in life that people who make a loss, who make a mistake, who make a miscalculation, and then they realize they made a mistake, they are trying to get it back through the same channel where they made the mistake. Now the instinct would be to say, I waited 15 minutes for the bus to come, now it's finally coming, now I should just take the bus to honor my investment, to honor the 15 minutes, to make it count. But the reality is, and it took me 15 minutes, I was tired already to figure this out, the reality is I would get home probably half an hour later. So it was actually the smarter choice to switch to the train and to admit, I just wasted 15 minutes of my time, but I will be home sooner and I will have warmth and food on the table earlier instead of sitting there another half an hour, 45 minutes, an hour on the bus waiting in the traffic jam. Now you often have this in other contexts as well in life. If you're playing Texas Hold'em poker, there's a term which is called going tilt, which means someone is making a loss and then they're getting angry. Let's say they lost $100 and they want to make that back. And in that moment, they let their emotions get the better of them. And those emotions, they're getting into a state of rage. And the moment they are in the state of rage, they're not rational anymore. You have to be very logical in this game of poker. There's very specific rules how you should play your hand if there are certain cards in your hand and certain cards on the table. And if you play those predictably, you will gain a lot of money in the long run. But if you get emotional and you want to gain this back, you will not play the hand how you should have played it. You will lean towards more risk. People will notice this and they will play right into it. They will take advantage of your emotional state and they will push you to make an even stupider mistake, that you investing more and actually making more and more loss. You might not lose 100, you might lose 1,000 just because you let your emotions dictate your actions instead of using your rational mind to make the smart move, to playing this as a mistake, knowing fair well that if you're playing by the rules, by the book, you will win in the long run and you will encounter a certain amount of small losses along the way. So let me know in the comments, what do you think of cutting your losses? Did you ever have a moment when you were thinking of cutting your losses but didn't? Did you ever cut a loss that was really painful? Let me know in the comments, tell me your story. Make sure that you give this video a like and subscribe for more entrepreneurial mindset videos that will help you succeed in business and life.